If you've struggled with stress, balance, or burnout, and simply feel discouraged or even defeated, and if you're ready to move from force to flow and enjoy ultimate Zen success in your career, health, or relationships, then the Zen Success Show is for you. Your host, Carissa Sims, is an entrepreneur, corporate consultant, best-selling author, meditation teacher, and healer who has found her own Zen success. Here's your host, Carissa Sims.
Welcome to this week's episode of Zen Success. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Edina Mauvana. Let me share a little bit about Edina. She is radiant, beautiful soul here with me. She is a spirituality consultant, creator of the Unity Consciousness Collective, and author specializing in Ascension journey mapping, and she's trademarked that. Incredible. And understanding the Jinn imperative. She is also founder of #NotThatKindOfMuslim campaign on social media. Based in the San Francisco Bay Area, she is dedicated to raising awareness about ascension and spiritual growth. Welcome, Edina.
Wow. Thanks, Carissa. Nice to be here. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
You're welcome. It's Carissa. My name's pronounced Carissa.
Yeah, sorry. I was reading it and I see that.
I know. Well, it's just, it sounds like charisma basically, but it's Carissa and the H is silent. So
yeah,
that's
Carissa. Yeah. I'm so excited. And also I did also just launch a podcast too, which wasn't in the little bio, but I do have that launched in April. And so that's Into the Light with Edina Mauvana. So yeah, thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Into the Light. I want to be on your show. Can I be on your
it's
show
spirituality too? And ascension related topics with different types of healers and practitioners, quantum energy specialists, numerologists, like all kinds of fun people. So it's really great. I've been having a lot of fun with it.
Everybody listen to her show, her podcast. I'm so happy to have you here. And it's just like great to connect with another like-minded soul. Yeah. So I want to hear a little bit about your book or books and oh my God, I'm so fascinated with your journey mapping. So what book do you want to talk about?
Yeah. So my book, Ascension is the New Attraction.
Yes.
It just came out in April and
congratulations.
Thank you. It was, it's Ascension. It's a kind of we all know of the law of attraction and now, we're hearing a lot about ascension symptoms, ascension, with the astrology that's going on. And so I've created this book as it's like a manifesting, law of attraction, type of energy related book. So it's great for people who are interested in this type of personal development work, overcoming limiting beliefs and, trauma healing and just, creating practices in your daily life with meditation or things like that. So, I'm very excited. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Is it kind of like a handbook or do you share personal experience or share experiences from your clients?
No, it's more of a handbook. I don't really go too much into my personal. It's more just broken up into little sections of, everything being energy and what energy work is and where, kind of about the universe. So it's at a very just high level for people who want to understand manifesting techniques and things like that. So, I just started actually consulting. This is a new offering that I'm starting to do my personal website and and do the Ascension journey mapping calls and operate as a consultant. So, I'm not exactly a coach. There's a lot of people who are, having coaching programs to, and I refer people to their best potential coach or healer or practitioner or whatever that might be. And that's where the Unity Consciousness Collective comes in. So we have a network of people who are, different types of healers and from different spiritual and religious backgrounds.
Oh, I want to join that.
Yeah.
Everybody that resonates with that. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, because I came from a Muslim background, which is a little bit different. And, I'm bridging between that and kind of, the spiritually aware community and things that, I've learned about energy and, quantum healing and all of this stuff. And so
power woman out there, power woman, you go girl. Yes.
Yeah. So that's really my background and my work where it's starting to create these connections and this overlap and do this type of work. So yeah, I'm excited.
That's beautiful because it's really shifting the consciousness, because sometimes people have a different understanding of what it means to be a Muslim, and especially as it relates to women. I know for me, I feel like maybe sometimes they're repressed, or, they have to put on the headpiece and not show parts of their body. And so what kind of Muslim are you then?
Right. Hashtag not that kind of Muslim, right?
Yeah, that's right. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, girl.
Yeah, it wasn't always like that. I actually was wearing the scarf for about 14 years in my marriage.
It's a habib, right?
Hijab. Yeah. Now I wasn't super strict. So, there's varying degrees of religiosity, but I would always cover my hair and up to my hands and, but I was doing it in just there's different trendy ways and things. And I was practicing, more, I would say, 5-10 years ago before I had my divorce. So I was married.
I see. And in San Francisco, right? You were living in San Francisco?
Yeah, I'm in the Bay Area. So, I'm not in San Francisco. I'm in the East Bay, but San Francisco. So I'm in, between Berkeley area and all of that, this East Bay.
Oh yeah. I love that area. My dad went to Berkeley.
Oh yeah. I went to Berkeley also as an undergrad. So I kind of stayed in the area.
Oh, awesome.
Can't leave it. That's now. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did live that life. Yeah. Previously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. And then, when I had a divorce, I, had to reclaim a lot for myself and my identity and go through my own healing of different, things that I learned about my generational trauma and codependencies. And
why did you get a divorce? Did you start to have awareness of that feeling of codependency, or what was the purpose?
So my divorce was related more to us being together from when we were really young. And I was married right at 18, like I had just turned 19.
Oh, okay. Because that's what you did, right? Like you made your parents happy. Was that part of it? Or
my father is Eastern European, so he's from former Yugoslavia, from Croatia, from Zagreb.
Okay.
And he was very Eastern world, but he was actually not Muslim. So I actually became Muslim when I was living in Egypt. So I have a whole
oh
journey.
My God, you're amazing. Yeah, you lived in Egypt. I love it. I love Egypt. Yes, oh my God, I was just there last year. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really amazing. Yeah, I lived on and off in Egypt for 5 years.
Okay.
Coming back and forth to my husband, who we had gotten engaged and then we got married. So there's a whole thing that I did when I was young and very young, and I brought him to America, and I converted to becoming Muslim actually in 2003 when we were having the war with Iraq and Afghanistan was starting. So we were having these, I don't know, I'm in the Bay Area. I was a kind of a rebel and going to anti-war protests as a teenager and doing activism work. And I was very kind of anti, certain policies that we were going to war and things. And I was then living in the Middle East. And so Islam was a very misunderstood religion in general, especially 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I met a lot of beautiful people, including my ex-husband, who was very spiritual. And we married. But to answer your original question, why we divorced, it was like we were very young, and actually we didn't have a very strong like sexual or intimate connection. And he kind of became more like my brother in these ways.
Oh.
And we ended up having, things that way. But it wasn't so much about me being a repressed Muslim in those ways. I'm actually a very empowered Muslim, and actually wore the scarf as a representation of non-oppression of the religion. Yeah. And then I started a corporate sales career. So I also went into software sales, and that's what I've been doing for over 10 years. I've actually just worked at Salesforce.
Oh, that's amazing. And are you still doing that? Are you still working there?
I was impacted by the layoffs. So that was my last month.
Oh my God.
Edina. Yeah. I'm doing my spiritual
You are free. Work. You are free. The universe has set you free. The layoff is a gift. Do you feel that in your being?
Yes, I feel amazing now. Thank you. God. I had corporate burnout, and it's been hard. But now I really wanted to do this spiritually related work, and that's where I found my little niche. And yeah,
that's incredible. Oh my God. I thought you've been doing this spiritual work for like 20 years. I'm telling you, you embrace this like no one else. Like you have stepped into this new way of being. Oh my God, it's only been a month.
I've been building up my book for the last year and my podcast. Yeah. And that's why, and I was building up kind of like we all do when we're trying to get into the coaching, and get out of our 9 to 5. And so I had been doing this, for about a year and a half. Mm-hmm. And then, I have been doing spiritual work for over 20 years because of being Muslim. Got it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why I was coming in. No, she's been doing this a long time, girl.
Yeah. So I've been spiritually, because before I was Muslim, I was actually more in the New Age spiritual community in the Bay Area. Okay. I have a background of being with this community up in, Sebastopol, California. I don't know. Where are you located? Are you,
I'm in Colorado.
Oh, you're in Colorado. Okay,
yeah. So I lived in Mountain View for a little bit, not that long. Yeah. When I was in corporate, I lived in Mountain View, but LA. Oh, okay. We moved from LA, my family, to Colorado about 5 years ago. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you have, I see, a little bit of the California landscape.
But, I do.
Right. And my personal story is just, it's very like, it kind of goes through these crazy things, but I did this work because I want to, basically start bridging these worlds together, bridging between how we understand, our spiritual journey and, from different religious backgrounds and traditions, and now bridging over into like concepts around ascension and things that I have started to learn, which are very important, kind of relating to energy work. So this is a lot, a lot to cover that we could talk about.
Oh yeah, no, it's fascinating too, because there was something in you that was like, okay, this book is what's next for you, and to help others, because there are more, it's my opinion, there are more people having ascension symptoms than ever, or they're just becoming aware of it. They're getting stronger. You can't help it any longer. Just, you have to face it, because sometimes people come to me with physical problems and I'm like, well, that's an ascension. You're ascending.
What's that? Yeah.
Pay attention. But does everyone have ascension symptoms?
I believe so, because I think it manifests itself in different like physical afflictions or mental or just anything that we're experiencing right now on the planet because of the energies that are coming in and the ascension process. It's kind of like it's happening. The way I understand it is whether we like it or we know about it or not. And so what it is it's just, our vibrational energy increasing. And as we eliminate, lower density things, this is creating, the things that we're dealing with in our life. And, I think a lot of it starts with either health issues or personal relationships, when we start to have our traumas come up and we're having, like for me, I went through divorce and different heartbreak in my own personal relationship, learning what my patterns were and my trauma and what needed to be cleared out. And so that is what's happening, I think, to all of us on the planet right now, right? There's people talking about everything that's going on, and that's a common theme. So yeah.
You talked about some of your own symptoms. What are some of the symptoms that you see in others or that could happen to people that could be identified as ascension?
Well, people will talk about ascension, like physical symptoms, like getting rashes or headaches.
Rashes.
And yeah, I mean, I'm not a doctor, and that's why I actually I consult people like on what their spiritual question or issue is, or what they're trying to figure out in their life, or and I get everything from people who have like black magic or things from the I talk a lot about people having like negative energy problems with and Muslims have a thing called Jinn, which is like it's almost like a bad, like negative energy entities or things like that. So it goes into this very interesting work where people have all kinds of spiritual problems, but then they can work with different healers. Like there's quantum energy healers, and there's body work, and there's all kinds of things that people can do. And then I refer them to who's their best resource or coach or program or whatever that might be. Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. And so how do people find you? Is it through your marketing and sales skills? Like, have you made it, like how do people find you and know that you can provide help for them? Is that in your book also, that they can reach out to you and figure out what healer is going to be best for them?
Yeah, a little bit in my book. It links, I have a QR code that goes to like my website, which, and that's a one way, www.edinamovana.com. But my Instagram is my main page right now. And there's a lot going on there with, I start to put out like ads, and I start to create, I've made videos, and people will message me and we'll set up a call. And so, Instagram is the best way. That's at Edina Mauvana. And then I also have a Facebook group and a Facebook page and all that as well. So,
and I can put all of that in the show notes too.
Yeah. Oh,
so
awesome.
People can look that up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's such a way that you can be of service. So but are you just referring people out, or are you helping them? Like if they want to sign up with you specifically, they're going to maybe do like one of your programs, like Ascension mapping. Like what does that look like?
Yeah. So I have different courses that I've created with different healers, or whatever the issue. Some people are trying to find their soulmate connection, or, so I have a course with that, and someone I work with that. So I also do one-on-one work, and I have my clients who will work with me, have a mapping call. So I do a 90-minute, either an ascension journey mapping, or an ascension business mapping, or ascension nutrition mapping. I have different things that I've built out based off what we're hearing. And then we make a plan, and then, you go do the plan and then they come back and they'll have, other things will happen, and we can have another call or figure that out. But mostly the work is, going into the best program, or like right now I have a coach I'm working with doing a microdosing course. So she's starting in
okay.
after Father's Day. Yeah. And so this is like,
I bet that's popular.
Yeah,
That
right. And it's, and then it's all of this very specialized, way we can heal through plant medicine and, balancing our masculine and feminine and all of that polarity work that, people are talking about. So my goal is to find the best, but person for that, but not everyone wants to do mushrooms or, especially Muslims or, conservative.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this is, so, then you find another like way to do like your polarity work, work with this program. And so it's like, it's me helping people find the best expert for their ascension process, right? Like that's what, I it's not all about, okay, come work with me and I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
So like, let's get the best person to the best resource at the best time and for the best results and that's where my kind of my sales or my consulting background comes in because I'm not necessarily the coach or the healer myself, but we got to get the consulting going so that people can get because right now there's a million things out there. There's people are overwhelmed with what's going on, like and then they don't know, and then, they don't. So the consulting is great for people who want to save the time and just be like, hey, this is my situation. I got black magic on me, whatever it is, they can come and they can be like, oh, I can help you figure out what with this person, what their karma issue is and all of that. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And it's so interesting that people are coming to you and they're aware of it because sometimes people come to me and they're having all these problems and they don't know what the issue is, why they're having these issues. So I can look back and I can see, oh, you have an entity attached, or, we need to heal like your past, your DNA, this is just a pattern. We need to just like remove it. So it's like, it's amazing that if people have the awareness, that is definitely the first step in healing it, but I was curious, do you think that everyone who has ascension symptoms needs a coach or healing, or some people can just handle it on their own? Or do you feel like we're kind of meant to come together and help each other?
Yeah, definitely. We're meant to reach out and help each other and work with healers or coaches or whatever. I mean, this is all people do personal development work. People do, they do this work with their career coach. I mean, I'm not saying you have to do anything specific, but yeah, we all go through our work. We all work with people who, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear and we pair up with someone who gives mentorship and guidance and it's happening at different stages of our life. So really, it's fixing the problems or finding the solution to problems through people we work with and who have the knowledge that we're missing. And that's an ongoing, process. And I think everyone needs something different. And so, like you said, it's about being aware of what the problem is, or wanting to find the solution, and then reaching out and you having resources to point you in the right direction, right? And that's kind of what we all want at a lot of times in our life, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So what does this mapping look like? Because I have this visual of just like an actual map, like, and that you give to someone. Like, how does this work, and what do they receive?
Yeah. So, I'm actually working. So right now, what I'm working on is more of that structured framework, like the Ascension framework from my book. Like, okay, here's the stages of going through, that stuff. But I don't have all of that ready to launch yet. So what I'm doing on these mapping calls is just doing like the top 3 best things to do. So whether that's, working with a nutritionist to help identify where, your physical ailments can be coming from your diet, and then helping with your mindset work with this particular, practice, meditation. People are doing different daily practices or journaling, whatever works for them, or working with this person who I think would be best for their, them building their first website or whatever they want to do, because a lot of people are trying to move into doing spiritual work and they don't know how. So it's just a combination of things. And then we provide that, that consulting call, and then the next best thing. And then they can go do it and then come back when we need another call. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm going to be like launching the different ways to promote those calls and getting people in and all of that. But yeah, I'm excited because we want people who are, becoming spiritually aware, or they're curious about what's going on in the universe. People are seeing all kinds of different things on the social media, and what does this mean? And what is 5D? And, what is going on? And I think we want to provide ways that they can get answers,
That's amazing. Do you feel like you are a bridger? Because it feels like you have this grounded energy to you, and you have a background in sales, and you can help with these healers who may not be good at sales. So you're like
connector. Yeah, bridging or connect. I think it's also connector, and it's networking based, and also helping healers get their ideal clients, get more of their like if you partner with us, me as a spirituality consultant, I can help get you clients, get business. And a lot of people also, they don't have their websites fully up, or they have other work that they don't post about because, it gets into, people don't want to post like, oh, I can help cure this disease or what, like we have to be very careful.
Yeah, you have to be careful. Yeah. Like I haven't posted anything about entity release because I find that very personal, and anyway, yeah.
Yeah. And that you even say that is interesting, because that's where, I started to learn that people are doing all of this kind of work, and they're not necessarily, like Muslims or Christian, like people are not always comfortable. So you have to find someone that you're spiritually and religiously comfortable with. Right. And so, like, it's important to know things about, what people believe or don't believe, and all of that. And it's all work based off of, networking and knowing who would fit in with who, and like being that connector, facilitator piece. Yeah. Where people resonate with certain person and where they don't resonate with another.
Oh, that's right.
That's really important. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So I know that happened to me recently, where I saw that the source of their issue was an entity. It needed to be released, and she didn't want to do it. She did not want to go there,
Wow. Yeah.
So that happened. So, like Christian, she's Christian, and like, so she's like, I prayed about it, and, I'm not gonna do it. So I thought that was,
I definitely have Muslims who will be like, I think what you're saying is true, but like, we're just, and I think I respect that too. They believe that through God, they can, we can clear our own self. And I believe it too, like that is the ultimate, source and things. And so people will choose those routes. So yeah, it's, I can empathize with that, feeling that way when it comes to spiritual work.
Yeah. And tell me about your business model. So are you getting a percentage, or are you just doing this for fun, like referring them to them? No, or is it like, how are you working that out?
Yeah, it's affiliate based.
Okay, cool.
Affiliates, because a lot of the coaches will have either affiliate referral, where they you get them into the program, or even just, I have different structured agreement with my expert partners in the collective, because sometimes you only give 15 or 20% if it's just like an hourly rate, or if it's more of a coaching program, then it's maybe like a it depends on a couple of different things. Yeah. But I think everyone, and I do brand partnerships with different products as well. So like nutrition and wellness is a big component that I'm moving into now with because Ascension comes with, like, obviously your physical, and that's how actually it started for me. Is I lost a lot of, I went on a product called Purium. I don't know if you know Purium. But yeah, it's a nutritional superfoods, and it gets rid of heavy metals and glycosates and things like that. So it's a cleanse, and you do it for 10 days or 30, 60, 90 days. There's different protocol. And so back in 2016, I actually was about 45 pounds heavier. So I have my before and after transformation with that product. And it's been, so that's something I also will, be able to refer if people want. It's kind of like on Amazon, you have different products, you get the affiliate link, and you can get people, who hear about your products that way. So yeah, I think it's all really great, just getting people the right thing that they need.
Yes, it's so true. I think detox is so important. I talk about that too in my book, Change Your Energy, Change Your Life. And I'm on a detox right now, actually.
Oh, amazing.
I'm doing a heavy metal and parasite.
Parasite. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. And it's just so interesting how that nutritionally, it can block you from your ascension.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of it starts. We want to cleanse and get rid of heavy things in our body first, and then, or else it builds up and creates that inflammation and those diseases. And that's all been, linked. So I think, when we talk about elimination of heavy metals, and that's a big one. I mean, look, you're doing it right now. It seems like everyone is. So we
everyone is.
And we have to do it. It's like, okay, you start hearing about it. And then the gut brain connection is
the
big.
gut. Yeah.
So we want to do all of that probiotic work. And so I have a cleanse that does all of it. And then you go into maintenance when you're just taking it monthly with, everything you need. So because superfoods, we're not all eating all our greens and everything. we want to do more of that. So we all know what to do. Yeah.
But it is hard to get everything we need. And I think that just like the soil nutrients have changed too. So we need more than we used to need, and more variety. So that's great that you work with that product and company. So what are the potential causes of ascension symptoms that people can be aware of?
Well, there's different, obviously we spent a lot of time talking about physical, but I think right now, if you're experiencing a lot of your trauma work, a lot of people go through a process of becoming trauma aware, and where maybe their childhood starts to have impacts on their relationships. And then, so I think right now, you go do the shadow work, right? So when this is happening, these are essentially the ascension symptoms of our time. We're here to clear this stuff out and do the generational healing work and the trauma work. And so right now, in order for us to go into ascension, we have to transmute. People go to different processes of meditating through their things that are coming up. And so those are the things that I think people mostly need to become aware of, right? When we talk about trauma awareness and triggers, and just becoming a more balanced and alignment, person. And so anyone who's experiencing this stuff right now, hey, it's ascension. Let's talk about, because that's I think a commonality that I see between even religions talking about the Christ consciousness energy. Like we talk like Christians. I had a guest on my show, and it's like all of this right now, what religions say and think and do are, what's happening with end of days and apocalypse. And, so this is all wrapped up in what's happening right now in 2023. This is like where we are in the universe, and we start to hear about it being this ascension process. So those are all symptoms is everything that we're just going through on a personal level,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And maybe there can be external influences as well that are like pushing us, like astrology. I know we just had a full moon.
Right. All the solar flares that are going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Like, do you follow the Schumann resonance? I think that's the thing that I started hearing about most.
Well, I know about it, but I don't follow it as far as the changes in it or anything like that. So tell us about that.
Well, that's a good group on Facebook. Like, you go to the Schumann resonance and every day they're posted, oh my God, these flares and those flares. And people are posting about a lot about their symptoms that are tied, that they're talking about Ascension symptoms.
I see.
So
what kind of solar flares do, like degrade your energy or bring you down?
It has to do with the amount of like photonic light that's being released.
I see.
Yeah. And I even saw a video on Instagram where we're in the ascension process. It's like the ways that the different rays, like the amount of it's coming in. And so it's like, we're in this crazy time with these massive solar flares, and everybody's like, oh, it's, feeling exhaustion, feeling totally knocked out, feeling this. And then it's linked to these solar events. So that's just one resource. But it has to do with that photonic light and the light energy that's from the sun at this time. And that's what they're tracking, and it's like a scientific frequency of the flare. So interesting.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's like all of the planets and Mother Earth and the solar flares are supporting us, like lifting us up. Okay.
Yeah, and on astrology, we were talking about like the full moon, and even just the age. I hear about the age of Aquarius. Like people are talking about the Pluto is now in alignment. That's like the last couple months, and now this is the real age of Aquarius. So all of those. And now I'm not an astrologer myself, but like that's things that I hear, as part of these themes of our time right now. So I'm always interested in like anything related to these topics.
I know, it's so interesting. I'm not an astrologer either, but I follow a lot of them, and they're my friends. So they're always giving me the information when I need it. And in this last full moon, it was all about, changing your identity. Like, this is a time to change who you are. That potentiality is there for you. So I thought that was really beautiful, because full moons can be always a good time for letting go and ceremony and letting go of the past and healing and all of that. But this full moon felt radical. It felt like go time. It felt like change. It's now. It's like, do it now. So it's so true. And I also got more interested recently in Mayan cosmology.
Right. Yeah, me too.
Are you interested in that? Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. And actually, I went down to Tikal in like 2016. Yeah, that's one place where I consider where I kind of got activated, like, because I was overweight and kind of running the hamster wheel life, and I thought I was happy in my, but after that trip at that temple in Tikal, and like I talked to a psychic woman later. She's like, "Oh, you just kept like, I want more. Like I wanted so much more travel, more abundance, more everything in my life at that temple." And so that also was a place where I felt like after that trip, a lot of this stuff started happening on a supernatural level. But Tikal and the Mayan calendar, and I started getting really like aware in that time frame. So it's interesting that came up.
I love it. Oh my God, what an adventure. I have to tell you this story quickly.
Yeah.
I went to Tikal, and I went by myself. I went, and it was a full moon. Now we were just allowed the synchronicity talking about all of this. And I wasn't married at the time. I had a boyfriend, but I put on a wedding ring just because I thought it might deter people.
Make you safer. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it might make me safer. Right. Exactly. But I was in Guatemala anyway, studying, living with a family, studying Spanish. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I want to go on an adventure. And they said, oh, go to Tikal. And so I planned my trip. And when I got there, it was a full moon ceremony. And this young man who lived at the hotel I was staying, this little shack outside of the jungle of where the ruins were, he said, will you go with me to this full moon dance? And he was like, maybe, who knows, 19, 20. And I was like in my late 20s. So I was like, oh my God, who's this kid? And so I went there. And then after, I went to see the temple at night. And I don't know what craziness got into me, but it was like to watch the sunrise. At the top of the temple. So
at the top and the top. Yeah. I
know about that?
At the top. Yeah. I didn't know about the sunrise, but that was one place where I was at this high and you could see the whole tree. Yeah. It's so intense. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
And you're up there at sunrise?
Yeah. And I stayed there and I don't know why I felt so safe with like these guards and there was like random tourists. It was so interesting that
it's nice.
yeah. So we have that in common, like having that Tikal energy and frequency in us being activated for more adventure, right? More love, more excitement in our lives. So I totally feel you.
I feel it. Yeah, it's interesting, and it's that's come up for me, like the getting into like these activation points, and where we start to feel, and then the fact that it was the Mayan temple, and very powerful energy there, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been, I do want to ask you one other question.
Oh, yeah,
there's so many spiritual things we could talk about, but what is Zen success to you?
Zen success.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that title. Because let's see, I was having my Tao science book. That's a good, do you have that Tao science? I love that book. It's all about, starts to explain like the mind, body, soul connection, and the quantum explanation of reality, and from a Tao science perspective. And I feel like that's a very, it's a Zen concept, right? From that balance and alignment state. So for me, Zen success is alignment, balance, coming into our 0 point. So that's how it's kind of referred to when we're doing our inner work, our shadow work, our challenging work is all about, finding places of increased balance and alignment with how we should, be in the world. So I love that. For me is success in every area, mind, body, spirit, and whatever that might be, coming into that alignment.
I feel your divine feminine just shining through.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. It's been such a pleasure getting to know you, hearing your amazing stories, and congrats on your new book.
Oh, thank you.
You want to share one more time the name?
Yeah.
Ascension is the
new attraction, and it's on Amazon and my website. But I think Amazon's good. Leave me a review. I'm just starting to get reviews because it's only been out like a month, so I'm just gonna start to promote it a little bit more. But yeah, and I think it's a great handy thing to have, and obviously people who want to come find more about their ascension process, or what might be going on with them spiritually or physically or mentally, whatever that might be, you can check out my services at edinamovana.com.
Yeah. And don't worry about spelling it. I'll put it in the show notes. I'll put her website, how to buy her book, the show notes. So thanks for being on my show today, Edina.
Thank you so much, Carissa. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
That's it for today's episode of Zen Success. Head on over to iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you listen to shows. Zen Success is also available on the radio in select markets through amfm247.com. Subscribe to the show and share with friends. Be sure to head on over to zensuccessshow.com to help you on your Zen Success journey and join us on the next episode. May you find your own Zen success in life.